All right, once we come to the welcome screen, if we don't have a user set up to tie it to, the first step we're going to do is we're going to set up a user. So go to your phone, we're just going to pull up a camera, and we're going to scan the barcode. It'll take you directly to the website, and hit the menu button. We're going to register a new account, so we'll just use some fake data here. So Main Street Plumbing is going to be our company. Our contact name is going to be Tim Smith. Our license, we'll just say 0001. And use this phone number as 216-555-1234. So these located at 100 Main Street, Cleveland, Ohio. And we'll say 4411. Need an email address, and this is where you're going to use your email to log in future. So you want to make sure we get this right. Tim Smith at gmail.com. Re-enter it on the confirmation. Make sure we get it right. And this PIN is able to be changed, but we're going to just put in 1234. This is how you log into the web-based, whether it's on the phone or on a computer or anywhere. Alright, it'll bring you to the login page. We're going to log in with that same information that we just used, tsmith at gmail.com, and we said his PIN was 1234. We log in, and it'll bring you to your main page here. Now the next step that we're going to need to do is we need to manage our test gauge. So we need to link this test gauge to this account. And the way that we do that is the serial number right here. If for some reason you don't have that serial number, if you've navigated away from this page on accident, it's also on the bottom of the unit right here. But since we still have it right there, we're going to go to Manage Technician or Manage Test Gauge, and we need to add the new test gauge. Once we come here, we're going to put this serial number in exactly as it shows, 25-19-0001, and we're going to add it. Alright, so now this test gauge is on our account. I'll turn it sideways so you can see it a little bit better. This test gauge is on our account, so when we sync, after we hook the internet to this device, it'll know that this is ours. Alright, so our next step now is we want to set up the Wi-Fi. So it's going to look for a bunch of different, so we're going to use Netgear 51. We're going to connect to that. Now we've got connectivity. We hit home. It'll do an automatic sync right now. So it's looking to find out whose test device this is. The first sync can take up to a minute or so, depending on how much information it has to grab. Once we get to 100%, we'll go back to home. Now, since this is a new unit and it's never been updated, we're going to go ahead and update this. You'll notice even right here we've got an icon, and as we see that as it does its update, we'll see the icon even change. So we're going to go to our About. You'll notice the IP address, all the information is here. And this update software button right here is allowing us to do an update because it knows it's not on the most up-to-date software. When you update software, it doesn't cost any money and will just keep you up to date all the time. So now we're 100% here. It'll shut down, and you'll notice the next time we come up, things will have changed. Anytime it does a shutdown, you also want to do another sync also, just to make sure all the information's up. So it's going to go to a shutdown now. Okay. So no, we'll just keep going. So now you'll notice the icons changed because we moved up to a newer version, and that is just one of the things that changes. So now on the startup, we'll never come back to that original screen. We'll be back to this as your home screen. Once we go here, we can log in and put our PIN in. But you'll notice there's a drop-down box right here, but Tim Smith is our only user. If there were more users, they would all be listed, so if you had multiple plumbers or technicians or testers, they would all be there and they would be able to pull up their own information. We'll log in as Tim Smith, and we're now at our home screen to where we can start to do our tests, look at our tests that are pending, sync it, or get information about the device.